In this training video, we're going to teach you how to create purchase invoices and purchase orders within CocoonOPS and how to link it to Xero, so you've got a seamless connection. So there's one or two things you need to do which are quite important. So I'm just going to run through those and give you some explanations around it. And then once this is done, you're all set up, good to go. So the first thing we need to do is, like with the sales invoices, we need to match the account codes in Xero, and we also have to set up a VAT cost setting in the system, which is a requirement from Xero, unfortunately, and there's no way around it. So if I go to settings and go to tax, you'll see here I've set up VAT and in brackets cost, and that it's at 20% and it's an input to. So this is very, very important for the purchase order side of things and the purchase invoice side of things. You won't be able to send it to Xero if you haven't got this in there. The next bit is we need to put the rates in. So I've created some dummy rates here, 1,900, 910, 920. I've made up some random costs, revenue codes here, and then you've got the labels here. So you can see those all in there. And then what I'll do is I'll just jump over to QuickBooks, go to Accounting and Chart of Accounts, and then under Expenses, this is where you would put your account codes in for costs. So I've got 900, 910, 920, test 1, test 2, test 3. So they look like that, they're direct costs. And then in here, 900, 910, 920 with the same things. So that's the most important parts taken care of. The next part is if you don't want a randomized number created for the POs and you've got a convention you want to follow, you can go into the finance section, scroll down to purchase orders, and this is where you could do PO, and then like with the other references, you could just pull in a tag against that, and then every time you generate a PO in a system, it will use this format. So if I just hit save changes on that, that's now set up. Then the final bit we need to do is go into the address book and make sure the carriers have a payable account code against them. So if I go to Beijing Logistics, is the one I use quite a lot. We've got P02 in there. Again, this could be anything you want. You go into edit, and then I would then try and have a naming convention, so something logical around that. Once that's in place, that then ties up all the loose ends, if you like, within CocoonOPS. And then the final bit is in the finance section, go and find that particular supplier. So if I go to Beijing's, if I click on that, we've got Beijing here. In here, then we can add in their payment terms. So you could say it's 30 days in the month, for example, etc. And that's all on purchasing as well. Duty, put like that. So that's all the basic setup. And then to create a purchase order, you first need to have, at the moment at least, you have to have one cost set up to create the PO. So what we'll do is I'll jump into this shipment here and then jump onto rates, go to costs. You see I've already got some costs set up here. I'm just gonna remove those just so it's clearer what we're doing. So in here, I'm going to select the customer. Then in here, you can either manually type a PO in, or you can generate a PO. So it's PO004. If you're going to add multiple POs to different consignments, just copy this so it's on your clipboard, and then you can just add that to other costs as you go. Got to remember that you've got to have VAT cost there. So that now is set up. So if I hit save on that, And then what I can do is then add so other costs, the other two costs. What I'm going to do is just show you another way how to link up a PO and do it quicker, if that makes sense. So I've just not done the right one there. Let me just go to cost 2. There we go. And then I'll do a cost 3, Beijing. Make up some figures. Do test 3. Hit save. And then what we can then do is, this is one way of doing it. There is actually another way of doing it as well, which is just as quick. So under actions, you can link to PO. So you just put the PO in there. That then adds those 3 charge codes. And then what we can then do is look at another shipment, add a cost, again Beijing. I'll put the PO on that cost. I think I didn't put the cost VATs on the other ones, but we'll go back to those. I think it was on that shipment there. Let me just, I broke the cardinal rule. There we go, VAT cost and VAT cost. So they're all good. So they're all set up on the PO. And then to view the PO, we just go over to finance, and then we go to purchase orders. And then in here, we've got the 4 purchase orders in here. I'm just going to double check on this one that I did the right costs, because I think I forgot to do this one. No, I did it right, that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do now is push this PO into 0. I am doing this the long way. So if I go here, change status, we've got sent, confirmed, fulfilled, settled, cancelled. These are basically steps to help you manage. So if I hit that to sent, so wait for the little toaster to work, then I'm going to look for that number then in 0. So back into 0, go to purchase orders. And there it is. I had to look for it there. So there it is in here. Then you just got to decide whether or not to manage your PAs through 0 or through the system. So now we've done the PA side of things, we're now going to receive an invoice from Beijing Logistics. So I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing this, so that you got a better understanding on how it works. So if I just go back to this shipment here, and then go here, and then what we'll do is go to rates, and I'm going to do it on one of them to start with, and then I'll show you the other way on how to do it. So I'm going to take the top one, and I'm going to attach that to a PO or invoice. I'm going to call this PO or Beijing L1. I'm just going to put that on my clipboard so I remember it. So that will show up there, and that's being received as an invoice. But we've got the other ones which need to be attached to an invoice. So what we'll do, if you haven't got the AI option switched on, you can upload the PO via AI and it will automatically map them. But in this case, I'm going to go to rate management, I'm going to go to filter, and then Beijing Logistics. I'm only going to look at costs, and it will show all the ones which are outstanding in date order. So the newest one at the top. You can also filter here. Anything with a link means that that's got a revenue attached to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to add these 3 here to the purchase invoice. So select those 3, link to invoice, hit save. That now will assign those to the purchase invoice. Just to recap on that, I just went to here. In here you can also create invoices and also set all statuses to actual as well, and you can just shift click which ones you want. To see the purchase invoice, if I go here and look at the top one, we've got these four here, which is what we've just done. The due date isn't set. This is just a final step just to make sure you're checking the data. So in here, we just put in the issue date as this, and then the due date of when it's due. That then will update. If you don't do that, it will error, basically. And then just like the purchase order, you can put approved once it's ready to go into the system. That's now approved. And then if we go and look into Xero under bills, once it loads, it's there. And then in here, we can have a look at the job and we can see, okay, we've got those all set up. That one, for some reason, didn't come through. That looks like an issue potentially. Oh yeah, because it's 0 on there, so it's actually correct. So I thought I made a mistake there. But that's there. And then if you mark this as paid in here, like record payment. Oh yeah, let's do that. Record payment. Then this will then update this to settled in a few moments. So if I click here and put here, that will then update in a few minutes once it's synced up, and mark that as settled. Then with purchase invoices, again, you can either manage them through here. Once it's fully paid, it's like and everything matches up, then you can confirm it or mark it as settled, and you can also cancel it. I'm going to mark that as settled, and then that's pretty much how to manage the purchase orders and the purchase invoices. I will do another video on how the AI works. It's very, very similar, but it just takes out a load of steps out of the process. I just want to show once more the rates section. This is a very good screen to manage your costs all in one place. So if you've got loads of invoices to create, for example, you can then just put this to revenue, and there's none for that particular client. So if I do it for all, so in here you can say, okay, I want that invoice, that invoice, that invoice, that, and then it'll be create sales invoice. And what that will do is that will drop them into the drafts as the individual shipments, or if they're in a bulk, it will add it to a bulk. So that screen's quite powerful, and we're going to look to do some more stuff around automation on this screen. If you have any questions, please drop an email to support@CocoonFMS.com, give us a call, or drop us a message on LinkedIn. But yes, that's how we do purchase invoices and purchase orders. Thank you.